Hello, everyone. Welcome to Moon Mage. This is weekly tarot messages. If you are new here, these are essentially just quick snapshots of the potential energies, along with some potential challenges, guidance, and advice that you can hopefully navigate your week ahead in the best possible way. I always tell everybody that when they land on these videos is when they were meant to hear them, regardless of the dates they come with, so they are timeless in that sense. Don't get too caught up in the dates if you find yourself on one of these videos and it's weeks later. It's totally fine. These are pick a card messages, so looking at the thumbnail, feeling into messages 1 through 4 to see which one is speaking to you, and then you'll receive your messages. I just want to quickly mention too, I have not been feeling well. I've got a very nasty cold. I am sniffing and coughing a lot, so I apologize in advance because that may sound a little bit annoying in the camera and through my microphone, but I'm doing my best. I'm just trying to kind of go with the flow here. So just a heads up that I am going to be probably sniffing and coughing a little bit. So give yourself a second, feel into messages 1 through 4, and I will get started here with message number 1. Hello, message 1. All right, what do my, that card was going to fly right out. So you know what, I'm going to take it. I was going to say, what do my beautiful message 1 choosers need to know, but I'm feeling like it's this card. Okay, so we've got 3 of Wands. That's fiery, passionate energy. It always suggests to me that you likely have had some inspiration or about to have some inspiration, but there's still a lot of overthinking and contemplation happening, preventing you from maybe taking action. So the advice here could be that it's time to take action on inspiration, or it could be that this is about to happen and be mindful to not sit on whatever comes through. But we will see what else comes out with the other cards. That's generally what the 3 of Wands connects to, though. It's fire energy. So it's passion, and it's inspiration, it's creativity as well. All right. Beautiful message 1s. What do they need to know? What's coming their way? Beginnings. Don't be afraid to start small. Yes, I think whether you guys have received some sort of inspiration, idea, your creative juices have started flowing, you're at the beginning stage of it. And this is definitely what that 3 of Wands is foretelling, is that you're looking out there, you're beginning to feel the stirrings of this. And I feel like this message of don't be afraid to start small, like baby step your way through it. We can get really overwhelmed if we try to see the whole thing in its entirety and try to figure out all the what ifs around it, and we can get lost in that. So be mindful of that, message 1, because I feel like this is a very good idea. You've been divinely inspired. Baby step your way to this new beginning, through this creative idea and inspiration that you've received. Because I feel like there's some sort of energy around fear here as well for some of you. It's that what if energy that I keep coming back to. You know what, let's pull some more cards and see what else is showing up here. Excuse me, I am fighting a really nasty cold. It's been like the worst cold I've had that I can remember. And so I'm sneezing and coughing a lot. Yeah, I almost feel like there's a bit of fear holding you back from doing this thing. And also that's just that energy of overthinking, and allowing that wheel to spin, so that we're idle and not really doing anything with it. And it can be overwhelming to see how we're going to get from A to Z, but it's sort of like, no, just focus on step B, then step C. It's like that. Man holding a coin in reverse. Sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron, which is our third eye chakra, right? Our vision. And it's in the reverse, and it's also in the position of challenge. Healer of the ages. Rest and rejuvenate in the reverse. Okay. All right. Message 1. Definitely there's a lot of fear. Part of this fear, I think, is financial fear. the what if energy around, can I make this happen? Will it pay off? Will it provide for me in a way that I would like it to? Probably not at first, but in the long term, yes. As long as you're cultivating and building and strengthening with a good blueprint and action plan behind you. I do think fear of money and financial stability really is holding you back. And it might even be that you're in an energy right now where you just don't feel like you have enough. There's a block in your vision here, though. Like, it's interesting because with it being in the reverse, it makes me feel like you've received the vision. You've received the inspiration. You do know, you do have the answers. You've already tapped into this, but I'm ignoring it for fear that, right? There's something in your soul's blueprint. There's some sort of block that needs to be healed out. And I do think it has to do with lack and not trusting yourself, not trusting your vision, your abilities, your creativity. Healer of the Age is showing up as a direct message from Spirit that this energy is with you this week. So if there is something that you need to heal out, that you need to step back and look at so that you can start to move forward with that fiery Three of Wands energy, supporting you and bolstering this energy, it's this week. Call in whatever healer suits you best. Archangel Raphael, he's a healer. Jesus, calling in the Christ consciousness and Christ energy to help heal out these blocks and these fears around lack and what could, that what if energy, because you can't see. When we can't see the outcomes of something, we often keep ourselves stuck in fear and we don't act on it because we almost want this guarantee that it's going to all be okay. But I think that there's this vibe of you're always going to be okay. You're stronger than you give yourself credit for. You're more innovative than you give yourself credit for. Not being afraid to start small and understand that you will build over time. Again, focusing on step B, then C, rather than like Z, where you want to end up. There's definitely an energy around this. With rest and rejuvenation coming out in the reverse, this is suggesting to me that there's a need to take a step back to heal out some of these blockages and these fears around taking action on something that Spirit is absolutely suggesting is a good idea for you to be taking action towards, so that you can tap into this vision again, reconnect, clear out the third eye. I think also that solar plexus energy of empowerment, because there's definitely an energy around there that might be a little bit off for you guys with that fire, solar power, creativity. Also sacral, maybe doing a chakra alignment meditation would be a really good idea for you guys to help clear, calling in these angels and that Christ consciousness to help you heal out these things that are holding you back. Because if it's showing up for you now, it's suggesting that divine timing is at play and the timing is right for you to start taking actions on things. But sometimes we don't even understand why we're so stuck in fear, why we feel paralyzed in it, or why we're so idle, even though we, on some level, our soul knows this is the right direction to go. And I feel like you can be helped with this to sort this energy out this week. All right. I definitely get an entrepreneurial spirit here for some of you. And also, I'm not sure what to make of this, but I keep getting this feeling of doves. And doves, to me, they're a symbol of peace, right? Peace and healing, emotional healing. So I almost wonder if some of you have been dealing with something that's happened that's disempowered you and caused you to emotionally retreat within yourself, actually. That's what I'm trying to say. Creating this block to your vision where you're starting to distrust a little bit, where you're kind of ruminating and overthinking. If that's the case, and it has been due to other people's thoughts, opinions, ideas, I feel like it might be a good idea right now, oh my gosh, I can't talk, to distance yourself from those kinds of negative energies. Because I think that you're empathic and I think that you're absorbing their beliefs in some kind of capacity. This is general, so that might not make sense for all of you, but I'm definitely feeling like some of you have been, disquieted or defeated a little bit by other people's thoughts and opinions. Like it's affected you more than you'd like it to. Look at that. Put your creative energy into action. That goes so well with that 3 of Wands there. Put your creative energy into action. Archangel Gabriel joins me to spark your creativity, help you communicate your vision, and motivate you to create something beautiful. Okay, message 1, you are getting a yes from the universe. Yes, your ideas are sound. Run with them. Start acting on them. Put to bed these blockages, these fears around lack, other people's opinions potentially. Take a step back to give yourself a little bit of time to rest and rejuvenate. Really, it's for alignment, to clear yourself of these heaviness, these heavier energies that are creating blockages and causing you to be stalled and stagnant and not moving forward, and only focus on the next step, not Z, right? Just A, then B, then C, then D. You get what I'm saying. You are definitely getting a big yes and like that head nod, wink, yep, go for it energy from the universe right now. Your ideas are good. They are sound. Trust them. Trust yourself. Clear away the things that are stopping you from taking action and get going, because it really feels like divine timing is at play here. Yeah, that lack mentality really pulls me. There's a real fear around finances, I think, for a lot of you, and the what ifs with that. But I feel like all this can be sorted out for you guys. All right, I'm not going to bang on about that anymore. I hope all of you have the most amazing, beautiful week, and give yourself some time for reflection and introspection and clearing. I think it'll do you wonders. I really do. Okay. Really, I'm going to leave that there. Have a fantastic week, guys. Take care. Hello, message 2. What do my beautiful message 2 choosers need to know? What's showing up for message 2 this week? Okay, we've got 8 of Swords energy, feeling all tied up, discombobulated. Swords energy is connected to the air sign, so it's mental energy, really living in our minds right now, overthinking, a lot of fear, anxiety, and worry. Now, Spirit could be highlighting it's time to move out of this energy, to unburden ourselves, to look at our mental energy and the way that our thoughts are maybe controlling our situation right now and keeping us really stuck in fear. But we'll see what comes out with this. And, 8 of Swords is always kind of like, it's a card that suggests that it's self-imposed, limiting beliefs and thoughts, that it's not the reality, it's the fear of what could be. So it's like we're doing it to ourselves, keeping ourselves into a mental prison of fear and worry and anxiety. Because in this card, I'll just show you really quickly, she can easily step out, right? And there's waters there too, suggesting there's some emotional stuff. But all the swords are around her, but she can easily step out. She's not as stuck as she believes she is. It's self-imposed beliefs and ideas that are keeping her feeling this way. Bloom. Bloom and attract more than butterflies. Yeah, this energy of being held back and feeling held back showed up in message 1 as well. It is time for you to bloom and prosper. It's time for you to grow out of a situation that has made you feel mentally stuck, fearful, worried, anxious. I feel like there's a self-esteem issue here for some of you too. And this is, attract more than butterflies. You know what it makes me feel? It makes me feel like there's more abundance in love, prosperity, financial prosperity, connection, and passion than you realize. And it's sort of like settling for breadcrumbs, it feels like, for some of you. And bloom also makes me feel like some of you maybe need to allow yourselves to be seen just a little bit more. Excuse me, I mentioned in my intro I have a really nasty cold and I've been coughing and sneezing a lot. I apologize, it's annoying to hear, but I can't really do anything about it. The bloom, I feel like it's this energy of this bloom makes me feel like you guys have been hiding in the shadows for far too long, like really holding back your light in some kind of way, staying in the backdrop when you're meant to shine in some kind of way. Yeah, you're coming into an energy of growth and changes and shifts. But we're going to have to work on the mental, the mental game that's going on within you right now. Wow. And woman holding a coin. These are similar, message 1 and 2. There's some overlap here. So if you didn't know which one to choose, woman holding a coin in the reverse. First chakra, Archangel Michael in the reverse, connected to your root chakra, grounding, how we feel safe, secure, and stable. Patience in the reverse. Community in the reverse. Okay. You know what? I'm going to look at the bottom card here. I just feel like I need to. Door to Spirit in the reverse. Okay. Very, very much an energy here of feeling very disconnected, very off, in a lot of worry and fear and anxiety, especially as it relates to your family and your sense of security and stability. A lot of what if energy and fear around this. I'm going to say with finances too, like there isn't going to be enough. How are we going to make it through? You know, others are depending on me. And I also think this is suggesting some of you are lacking support too. Feeling really impatient around this, feeling like you need to know now. You need to see that everything's going to be okay now, because otherwise you're going to be stuck in this fear and anxiety forever. When this says bloom and attract more than butterflies, and this is like a self-imposed mental prison, there's always this energy of look again, go back over some things. First, get grounded and clear, sort your energy out, calm that mind and the anxiety with the practice of patience, and you're going to receive some sort of insight, answer, and understanding around something that you previously couldn't see because we've been living up in the mind and fear and worry and anxiety, especially around your sense of security. And with community coming out in the reverse, I feel like there's a missed opportunity maybe that some of you have experienced where there was support that could have been good for you, or a community energy that could have been good for you, but maybe there was fear around leaning in towards it, asking for their help or their support. I also think some of you have just lacked it, and they're lacked that sense of community and feel also responsible for a group. There's a lot of layered energy that I'm really connected to with this card. Like I genuinely feel like some of you feel I have a family depending on me, and there's fear around our security and stability financially. And I'm feeling really impatient around it because maybe you've got bills coming up and I'm stuck in anxiety and worry. But I also think that this is for some of you, there is a sense of community that you have not connected to that wants to support you, that would be good for you, almost like offerings of help in some kind of way too, like service. Because there's a lack of support with this. I genuinely feel though that there is a missed opportunity, or maybe that's not the right words. There is something that you have not tapped on. There's some sort of wisdom, knowledge, information that you've not received just yet that will really help your situation feel more cohesive and balanced, help you to relax your energy, because that's the big ask. We need to get grounded. We need to get out of our head and drop back into our body and feel present. Only focus on the present moment, not the future with fear, worry, and anxiety. I definitely think that there's information that you have not yet tapped into that wants to show up for you, that will really help free you from this worry and this fear and anxiety. But I feel like this is your week to get really grounded, sort out your energy, practice staying as present as possible and not overthinking and thinking too far ahead in that what if fearful energy. And, bloom, attract more than butterflies. Also, that's connected to that community energy. I feel like there is positive, supportive people around you. You haven't quite connected to them yet. I feel like that there could be an opportunity for that for some of you this week as well, to find that sense of support and community and attract more than butterflies. Excuse me. Look at this. This anxiousness, this worry, this fear, there's a divine purpose for it, as much as I'm sure I can almost hear your eye roll. Like, this is hard, and this doesn't feel like anything like a blessing, but this is a blessing in disguise. Be patient. That's a strong message for you guys, because you're losing your patience. Okay. I'm going to say this too. There might be an inclination here that some of you want to make a really quick and hasty decision because of the fear and anxiety, because you really want this security and stability and that lack of support and community and connection where you're not sure what to do. So I might just settle for this thing. Be very mindful of that this week, message too, because I feel like having some patience and kind of trying to find your balance and centeredness and stay present and grounded and not in fear will help you to not make a hasty decision and choose something that's less than what you should. Because there's something better. There's definitely that energy. There's something better. Okay, I'm going to actually read you the card now. Be patient and have faith that your angels have this situation under control. What will come is far better than you dared to dream. Really need to practice that patience. Drop out of your mind. I always call it the monkey mind, which is overthinking, anxiety, what if. And drop back into your center. Go back into grounding. Do some root chakra meditations. Breathe through the fear as much as possible. I feel like you've got wisdom that wants to come through, connection, support, and community, a better way forward, answers and solutions. But there is this energy of don't settle for less. Don't take the low-hanging fruit because of this fear. Yeah, I feel like your message is definitely one of a heads up from spirit. This is a blessing in disguise. I know that it feels lousy, but what will come is far better than you dare to dream, as the card says. And you will start to attract better things, finances, stability, people, situations, all the things. This rough patch is like this too shall pass. All right, I'm going to leave that there. I hope all of you have the most amazing and beautiful week, and give yourself over to grounding and meditation and deep breathing. I keep seeing that in my mind, needing to do some deep breathing, because this sticky situation is about to unstick. It may be a little slow, but you will get their message too. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Take care, guys. Hello, message 3. What did my beautiful message 3 choosers need to know? That card flew out on the floor, so I'm going to have to pause and get it. Sorry about that, message 3. Your card flew out, and it was the Page of Swords. So pages are always the harbingers of new beginnings. They can often suggest that there's a message that's about to come through, especially one of intellect or information, because it's swords energy. So swords is connected to air, which is mental energy. So some sort of information, wisdom about to come through. This could be by way of a message. It could be subtly delivered. So needing to be a little bit more alert and open to these messages that could show up for you. Either way, it suggests that there's some sort of information and wisdom that is about to come through for you this week. But we'll see what else comes out with that for you guys. Truth. Something about truth keeps coming to our mind. Some sort of truth. Nice. Joy, make time for the little things today. Needing to up-level our energy. Probably cut through some noise in the mind too, because swords energy is all about being in the mind and mental energy. It's intellectual and wise for sure, but if we're out of balance with it, it can be overthinking, and we're so much living in our head that we're forgetting to be present and enjoy the little things in our life now. I feel like also this might be a bit of a heads up from spirit saying this is how you're going to receive some sort of wisdom, information, understanding, truth, by lightening your energy and making time for the little things that relax your energy and bring you peace. All right. A lot of mental energy is showing up this week for everybody. Okay, contract. So some of you might be receiving some wisdom, truth, information around a contract. I'm really attracted to the scales too. So there could be something to that, maybe Libra energy for some of you, but something coming into balance or that is imbalanced right now. Legalities. The thinking woman is coming out in the challenge position. So this makes me feel like with this is also connected to that mental energy and wisdom and intellect and information. The thinking woman, no hasty decisions, message 3. Think things through carefully. If there's contracts coming in, read them through carefully. You know, it's that make sure that you've dotted your I's and crossed your T's. Sorry, message 3, I've got a nasty cold. Before signing anything, right? Because she's holding the scales, but she's blindfolded when it comes to this contract. So just making sure that you're not missing anything and that you're thinking things through before you sign anything. Oh, okay, broken heart. I almost wonder if some of you are having to deal with some kind of a divorce or separation. Broken heart, okay. Wow, 3rd chakra, Archangel Shamuel, and it's in the reverse. This is our solar plexus chakra. This is our sense of self-esteem, power, action-oriented. It's masculine energy, as in I can do this, I can achieve it. I am brave, I'm powerful. It's that kind of energy, and it looks like you're really going to need it this week. That there's going to be a lot of emotional energy showing up for you, a lot of hardship in certain things when it comes to having to finalize particular things. Maybe for some of you, I should say that because this is general, not for all of you. You know, message 3. I feel like there's a couple of things in the messaging showing up here. For some of you, I think this is sort of like Spirit's way, the universe's way of saying you have been through it. You have been through heartache and hardship. You have been lacking joy as a result of the difficult things that you've had to go through, the hard choices that you've had to make, walking away from situations or signing off on things that maybe you didn't want to, or, you know, there could be a separation or divorce that some of you have had to deal with, especially with this broken heart under that contract energy, right? It's literally the 6 there and the 9 there, like things turning upside down. I feel like it's time for a break, a time out, to make time for these little things, for joy, for healing, because there's a disconnect from your sense of power. There's a need to go and think things through thoroughly before you make any big decisions and sign any contracts. Make sure that you have a full and broad understanding of things before you do that. And that Page of Swords, this messaging, this intellect, this information that wants to come through, I don't think you've received it just yet. All the more reason to give yourself over to, you know what, I'm not making any big decisions just yet. I don't feel like I have all the information. I don't think I've seen the entirety of the situation to make an informed decision. Needing to deal with the broken heart energy, your emotions, getting yourself sorted so that you can get into your power moving forward and make really good, empowered decisions for yourself. Message 3. I hope that makes some sense. You know, I definitely get a split energy here. Like, I feel like for some of you, this is in romantic partnerships where you've been dealing with heartache and now you're going through it and having to make all these hard choices and decisions, and you do feel low emotionally. And then for others, it feels like with a work environment or a situation where you're having to make hard decisions. But the big message here for you guys this week is hold up, sort yourself out, give yourself over to rest, rejuvenation, joyful energy, whatever brings you happiness and joy, because I feel like this will help you get more into your center of power, more clear, so that you can go into that thinking woman energy, creative thinking, seeing your way through a situation where this information is going to show up for you. Then you can say, okay, now I'm ready to decide. I'm ready to make these decisions from a positive place, an empowered place, and I have all the information now. Hopefully that makes sense. Because there's something that you can't see just yet. There's something that you don't have information on around just yet. And there's this low energy. And we never want to be signing anything or making big decisions when we're not in a good place mentally and emotionally. And we're not feeling, as empowered as we should be. Ooh, holy, cards are flying out everywhere for you guys. I'm going to have to pause the video and pick those up. And it was 2 cards. Sorry about that, guys. Messy shuffling. So 2 cards fell out and they fell out like this. And the first one says, no, it is not yet time. This is not the divine right time to take action. Please be patient. The opportune moment is approaching. That goes so well with this message. You don't have all the information. Don't sign anything just yet. You need more information. You need to sort out your energy and get back into your power before you make any decisions. Let's see what's the other card there. Welcome abundance into your life. Prosperity is on its way to you. Have faith that source will heal your financial challenges. Nice. Maybe that's why some of you might feel prompted or compelled to make a decision now, even though maybe there's a niggle or there's something within you that's saying, I don't know if I should, but I just want this to be over with. Be mindful of that. This is your heads up from spirit. There's some sort of abundance and prosperity with you being patient through this situation and understanding that the time is not quite right. We need to sort out your energy. This information needs to get to you. Yes, prosperity is on its way to you. Have faith that source will heal your financial challenges. Yeah. I definitely wonder if some of you have had to leave a job and now you're going through it and there's been some difficulties with that job and contracts and, feeling like I'll just sign now and not worry about holding up for more money. And others, I think this is definitely like separation or divorce or something like that, unfortunately, or a legal contract of some sort where there's money involved. This is just your heads up from Spirit message 3 that now is not the time to make any hasty decisions. Wait for this information to come through. Get your energy sorted. Get back in your power. Uplift your energy with joy. Help yourself to heal this emotional pain that you've been going through. And then you're going to receive answers, information that you need. And then you've got this abundance that wants to show up as a result. I want to say it feels like it'll be well-deserved too. Like you deserve a win. You've been probably just like, is that ever going to come for me? Is it ever going to happen? You've been going through it. It is. There's a win coming your way. You just have to be patient. All right, guys, I'm going to leave that there. I hope all of you have the most amazing, beautiful week and give yourself over to joy in some kind of way this week. Take care, guys. Hello, message 4. What do my beautiful message 4s need to know? Showing up for my beautiful message 4 choosers. Feeling like don't overshuffle. So I won't. Ooh, nice. Page of Wands. Okay. So some sort of new beginning by way of creativity, passion, inspiration coming in. Pages can often mean some sort of messages too that will be beneficial in some way. Information that you might need. And it's definitely going to be something connected to passion, purpose, creativity, something of that nature. But page energy can be quite subtle, and it also is connected to some sort of new beginning. Pages are like the starting point where we're the amateur. We don't know entirely what we're doing just yet, but we're ready to start a new beginning of some sort. And because it's fire energy, it's passionate, it's inspired, it's creative. It's funny, I keep thinking of like begin now here. I don't know why. Share. The busy bee should still make time for each flower. A new beginning, a fiery, passionate new beginning. I think this is something that you do create, that you bring to situations. And it's time to start sharing this part of yourself, this creative side of yourself, your passion, your inspiration, your talents and gifts in some way, I think. The busy bee should still make time for each flower. Also, being more open with yourself, giving of yourself, sharing yourself, your ideas, your thoughts, your energy with others. And likely it's because others will really benefit from it in some way. Also, there's a suggestion here that a lot of you guys have been really busy, maybe hustling, doing all the things, being the doer of all the things. And it's time to slow down a little bit. Cornucopia. Okay, and it's an 11. I'm noticing that right away. And it's in reverse as your first card out here. This could be why you're hustling. You're trying to kind of have your ships come in. You're trying to create something of value and abundance. But I feel like there's an energy of be patient with that because it's going to take time to have that cornucopia, to receive in an abundant way. Patience. Wow, this is showing up for everybody this week. We're all being asked to have patience. It's coming in the sign of challenge. Yeah, it's this like Page of Wands too. It's a fiery new beginning, right? And sometimes we can go guns blazing thinking, okay, I got it, and it's just going to happen. It's going to happen like that. And I feel like there's a big message here is, yeah, there is a cornucopia waiting for you as a result of you taking action on something and this divine inspiration, but you need to be patient. It's not going to happen overnight. You need to take time with it. Slowly build your way. Make space and time for the people in your life, slowing down that busied, hurried energy. Wow. Okay. Third chakra, Archangel Shamuel. This is their center of power, and it's in the reverse. So Spirit highlighting this as a piece of guidance and advice. It's time to clear out the solar plexus chakra, the energy of power and success and courage and bravery. Another thing that we're all being asked to work on this week is our sense of empowerment. Holy cow. Okay. Man holding a coin. I'm saying holy cow because there's so much overlap in all the messages this week. Fear around money and lots of lack mentality, stability and security really coming up for all of us. All of us feeling impatient with the waiting game of how it's all going to work out. That is definitely a thing here. So now I feel like I'm seeing this message a little bit more clear. This Page of Wands energy showing up. There is a new beginning. It is the starting point with that amateur energy, that beginner's mindset that's going to be needed. It's not going to be built overnight, but there's something very powerful and empowering to it. Though you're stuck in fear and feeling impatient around financial security and stability, like when is it going to be my turn? When are my shifts going to come in? When is this going to pay off? Can I even do this? I feel like the answer to all that is yes, it's all going to happen for you. But this fear around money and lack mentality is a real big hang up and problem. It's causing you to feel quite impatient and disempowered, message 4. And it's also tying up your energy, I think, too, in a way that's not the best for you. It's not healthy for you. It's holding you back. Maybe, keeping you disconnected from those around you that could really benefit from your energy, or whose energy you could benefit from at this time. You don't want this fiery, passionate new beginning and creative spark to be quelled and snuffed out so quickly because of these fears, worries, and anxieties up here that are disempowering and making you feel less than in some kind of way. Okay, so I just was like, I'm going to look at the bottom card. It's financial constraints, but it's in the reverse. So if it were like this, yes, there would be a message of, you're right, you need to be a little bit more careful with your money. There is a little bit of cause of concern there. So, tread lightly, be careful with your finances, but it's coming out in the reverse. This makes me feel like this fear around money and finances has been a really big hang up for you about why maybe you can't do something or act on this inspiration. And why maybe you're telling yourself a story that if it doesn't happen by this point, or because it hasn't happened, it's not real and I can't do anything with it, and now I'm feeling disempowered, blah, blah, blah. This is telling me that none of this is true for you, that these financial constraints are about to be either shifted where you've been in them, or they were never entirely real to begin with. I'm sure from your perspective they were. I'm not taking that away from you, message 4. But it's this look again energy when it comes to your money and your resources and your financial situation, because it's in the reverse, suggesting that you're going to come out of this, even if you've been here, and that for some of you, it was more of a self-imposed fear and worry causing you to maybe not act on inspiration, not follow a dream, not let the passion that you feel to do something, create something happen. And then it's also kept you tied up. There's definitely something, excuse me for the coughing, that you're meant to share with others, an energy that you bring, a talent, a gift in some kind of way. But I feel like there's this feeling of being locked up and tied up in your own energy right now. I worry, feeling frustrated, almost like, I almost wonder if some of you are ready to like throw the towel in on something or give up on something, and you really shouldn't be. To just say, forget it, this can't be for me. There's something about that I'm thinking and feeling for some of my message 4 choosers. But there's a big energy here of practicing and cultivating patience, understanding that some of your financial worries are not as real as you think that they are, and that you're going to come out of that feeling of financial constraint. Yeah, and needing to get back into your power again. Stay the course. Yeah, not giving up. Don't panic. You're not on the wrong path. You're just having a bumpy start. Learn from your experiences and keep going. Wow. I couldn't have put that better myself. Needing to practice patience, not letting the fear of money and the what ifs around financial stability get to you. Trusting that even though you haven't experienced this cornucopia yet, that you will. Needing to get back into your power, stay the course. It's exactly that feeling I was going to, don't give up. Now, don't give up. Don't panic. You're not on the wrong path. You're just having a bumpy start. Learn from your experiences and keep going. I love that for you guys. I definitely I couldn't have put that better. It's the best way to cap this off. That makes so much sense. Your inspiration, where you've been inspired, and how you're going to continue to be inspired. Because I do think that there's some more inspiration that's going to come through for you because of that page, new beginning energy, embracing a beginner's mindset and understanding that there's always obstacles when we start something new. I think there's more of that, more inspiration coming. Don't give up, message 4. You're doing the right things. As it says, it's just a bit of a bumpy start. There's always going to be some obstacles in the way. But you aren't meant to give up on whatever this thing is. You are meant to share more of yourself and make space for those you love and care for. It's healing for you. It's healing for them. Okay, guys, I was just about to put this deck back. And on the bottom, I noticed it right away. All is in perfect timing. This is it. It's time to take action now. I will be here to help you every step of the way. So I always would call these bottom cards an underbelly, kind of what comes after we do the work and listen to the advice up here from Spirit, like practicing patience, getting back into our power again, releasing our fears and keep going. This is what shows up for you. All is in perfect timing. This is it. It's time to take action now. I will be here to help you every step of the way. I also think it's very much connected to that page of wands of new inspiration coming through. Trust it, follow it, don't give up, keep going. Your ships will eventually come in because that financial worry and fear is going to shift. It's going to take time, but it's going to shift. Yeah. All right, guys, I am going to leave that there. I hope all of you have the most amazing, beautiful week. Take care, guys.